The Board of Public Works of Connersville is now in session. Please rise. We'll have the Pledge of Allegiance by Beth Butch.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, if everybody would silence their phones, please. We're going to have our invocation by Reverend Eric Hopkins.
Please join me in prayer. Heavenly Father, as we prepare for today's meeting, I pray for those who are serving on this board to use our community resources wisely and well, to represent all members of our city fairly, and to make decisions that promote the common good. We recognize the responsibility to the past and the future, and the rights and needs of both individuals and community. As appointed and elected servants, I ask for your hand of blessing on their deliberations and their efforts here today. May all involved act wisely and well. In the name of Jesus, I pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Eric. Okay, we'll have roll call.
Jim Barrett.
Here.
Tim Bentley.
Here.
Jerry Irvin.
Here.
Annette Reedman. Here.
Okay, we have enough for a quorum. I learned, Rosemary, I learned. Okay, you have a copy of the meeting of the minutes of the April 2nd. Is there any additions or corrections?
I make a motion that we approve them as written.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion second to approve the meeting as presented. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, going down to item 3, new business. Request for a bucket drive on May 19th. Dusty?
Yes, sir. Thank you. We just wanted to request for the shelter, for the homeless shelter, one more boot drive on the corners of Central and 6th, Central and Grand, and 24th and Grand from 10 to 2 on May 19th.
Have you got your building yet?
We're still working on it. We're
Okay.
striving towards it, and this is one of the ways we're hoping to be able to raise some money for that.
Okay.
Sir.
Motion to approve. Second.
You have a motion and a second to approve the bucket drive for the Dusty. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Now you'll have to see Melissa and sign some papers, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay, item B, for Community Christian, Molly.
I'm representing Community Christian School. I'm here to ask for a bucket drive on June the 9th at the corner of 6th and Grand and 24th and Grand.
Okay. So you don't want 6th and Western?
Yes, we'll do 6th and Western too. I have enough to do that.
Okay,
Okay.
all right.
Motion to approve. Second.
Yeah, we have a motion and a second to approve. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, there you
Thank
go,
you.
Molly. Okay, request for a banner. Eva?
Hi,
Hello.
I'm Eva Stone, President of the Fayette County Master Gardeners, and we would like to have our banner hung from May the 7th to May the 14th. That we have our spring fling on May the 12th. That is our big drive for our money getter for our scholarship for Master Gardeners.
Okay. The only thing you ask is, make sure when you hang that banner that it's vented so air can pass through
It is, it's
Okay.
vented, and do I take the banner up to the Board of Works or
You take it to the street department?
Street Department?
Yes.
Okay.
Right there. See that guy right back there? That's him. Take
Get it to him. Okay?
Okay, is there any,
Is that your plant sale?
Yes, that's our plant sale.
You want to tell everybody where you have the plant sale?
It's going to be at the Expo Hall this year, and we have, at this time, 37 booths rented out of the 42. And Shiners 4-H Club is going to run the kitchen. They're going to have breakfast as well as lunch. And they will be space for people to sit down and take a break. So I hope everybody comes out and enjoy it. We're going to have plants, whether it's weather permitting or not.
What date is that?
May the 12th.
May the 12th. I make a motion to approve.
Second.
That is a Saturday. It's always the day before Mother's Day.
okay, we have a motion to approve the banner to be hung. Okay, all in favor, is there a motion?
No.
Yeah.
I
I made
did
a
a
motion.
motion and a second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, Eva.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome. Okay, review, we're going down, Tom.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I have two items. First item, I'd just like to remind the community, the citizens of Connersville, this Friday from 8 till 4 is what we refer to as Free Friday. All citizens are permitted to bring one load of general household trash to the transfer station, one pickup truck load. There's no refrigerant appliances, no bricks, no blocks, no dirt. Again, it'll be from 8 till 4.
4 tires off the rim.
Yes, and you can bring 4 automobile tires off the rim. Again, it's from 8 till 4 this Friday, and ID will be required.
Okay.
Second item, I'm here to request to purchase a rubber tire loader for the Connersville Transfer Station. I was here a couple months ago, and we told you that we were in need of a machine. The clerk treasurer and I worked together and prepared some quotes for what our specs, what we needed for a rubber tired loader. We notified John Deere, Caterpillar, and Volvo from Indianapolis. And Rosemary received the quotes last week. John Deere did not meet any of our specifications. The Caterpillar dealer came in at $343.52. The Volvo dealer came in, including the extended 4-year warranty, $117,635, and I'm recommending the request that we purchase the Volvo loader.
That's what you currently have, isn't it?
Yes, it is, one we've had for 21 years.
I'll make a motion that we buy the Volvo for $112,750.
Question on that, and we're going to include for the extended warranty too, which would be additional.
Yeah, the total's $117,635.
Okay.
Second motion.
$117,635.
That includes the 5-year,
Right.
Yes.
6,000-hour powertrain hydraulic extended warranty.
Okay,
And I second Jerry's motion.
we have a motion and a second to accept Volvo. Is there any more discussion? Okay, if not, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. And before I leave, I would like to publicly thank Rosemary for her help on setting this up. Her and I had met with these dealers on 3 different occasions, and I just want to tell everyone that she's very studious of our funds.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, Tom, quick question.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate all your guys' hard work, but I have had some county people ask me, are we working on the county side to do a free
No,
trash day or
I
anything?
appreciate that question, and I've told many of my customers that live in the county, unfortunately, they don't pay for that service. All
Okay.
city residents, that $10 that everyone pays a month.
Is what includes it?
This
Okay.
is
I've had some
why.
people ask,
No,
and I didn't know how to
I've had
answer.
more, I appreciate that, Tim, but I've had more ask me, but this is how we keep our rates as low as we do.
Okay.
But I appreciate the question.
I know how to field their responses. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Beth, would you like to speak towards the lease? Is Jessie out there?
Yes.
And I'll speak to it until she gets in here,
Okay.
as I'm sure you recall, with regard to the farm ground that surrounds the soccer complex. Jesse, we're talking about the Rivers Edge Park and the Pfeiffer farm lease. The ground that surrounds that has been leased by Jake and Mike Pfeiffer, and that's a lease that we renew every year, and we try to get everything pinned down, obviously, before planning time. And we are going to be using up some of the property that they had planted previously, so I prepared a new lease that just excludes 6 acres that is going to be used now for some improvements and things at the park that Jess can tell you more of the specifics of, and I discussed that with the Pfeiffers on the phone. I prepared the lease, and it's exactly like the lease in effect before, with the exception of those 6 acres. So, Jess, if you want to tell them maybe what the 6 acres is.
The 6 acres, a portion of that is going behind the larger soccer fields in the back, so where the cornfield is now, for additional parking for soccer, especially for this coming spring. We had to, when they sold the property, when Stoop sold the property to us, they swapped the additional back parking lot back behind the church. We had a small parking lot there, so that is now theirs. They've let us use it for the last couple of years, but now we're needing to make additional parking out there so they can have that to farm. Then the other would be for the first part of River's Edge, so that would be the concession, amphitheater, playground, all that area would be included with that 6 acres, so. That's pretty much it.
I make a motion to approve the lease.
A second.
We have a motion second to approve the lease. Is there any more discussion? Okay, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay. Diana?
I believe in your packets, there was a contract for the owner-occupied rehab contract with IHCDA. And it's actually, Star Development's actually doing the work on that application.
We just need our approval to go ahead and...
Approval, yeah, it's just the standard contract with Indiana Housing.
Okay, Beth, you got anything to say?
I read it this morning and I didn't have any questions or issues about it. It has all of the things in it that I would expect it to have.
Okay.
I make a motion to accept this contract.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. Is there any more discussion? Okay, all in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed? Okay, thank you, Diana. Okay. Going down to item 4, utilities. Mike?
Ooh, I feel like I'm closer.
We just like to see your smiling face, Mike.
Man. All right, should have my copy of my monthly report. Attached is my revenue disbursements. Water revenue came back a little bit for the month of March. Still have some concern with January and February numbers. We're looking at that. I know we pumped a little less water for those couple of months, but seemed like a little bit of a drop compared to last year. Wastewater, a little misleading. Looks like we're having a great 3 months if you compare that to last year, but hopefully I can explain this good enough. We have a bond that is expiring at the end of the year, and we put money in a bond line item to pay these bonds every year, and Umball noticed that we had a excess amount in that line, so it gets paid off in September. So we're going to get $40,000 put into each month until September because of the excess amount. So then that bond will get paid off in September. So there's just too much money in the bond line item, and that's going to be put back into our account until September, $40,000 a month. So don't make it look a little flawed, but if you take the $40,000 off of that, we're still running about what we did last year in revenue. So it'll benefit us for until September. Overtime, $490 was scheduled, $4,682 was overtime, for $5,173 for the month. We did have a leak on 711 East 5th Street. We used 1,200 of those overtime hours for that leak alone. Also listed on the report is projects and repairs that we completed for the month of March. Business-wise, March 19th meeting, we talked about getting a new water truck due to the accident we had. And I received bids from Reben Motors and Hubler Automotive in Rushville. And we also asked Advantage Ford, but they never did give us a bid. We've been waiting about 2.5 weeks now. So Reedman came in for a chassis, $34,230, and Hubler was $35,990. Like I said, Advantage didn't give us a bid. So I have them here if you want to look at them, but we would like get permission to get the one from Reedman's. It is local, and they do repair the trucks here on site. Then so our next step would be the equipment. We have to get with the toolboxes, the compressors, and those type of things. But we have to get the chassis first to order those two items. So I'd like to get permission to.
What size truck is that?
350.
350. Okay.
Can I make a motion we go ahead and approve the purchase from Reedman Motors?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any more discussion? Okay, we'll do a roll call vote on this, so we'll give Annette a chance to abstain. Go ahead, roll call vote.
Jim Barrett?
Yes.
Tim Bentley?
Yes.
Jerry Irvin?
Yes.
Annette Reedman?
Abstain.
Okay, it passes.
All right, thanks. The last thing I have, we had an employee turn in his resignation last week, Tony Jarbo. He worked on our water crew, so I'd like to get permission to start a rehiring process to replace him on the water crew.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to that effect.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to look for an employee for the water crew. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Mike.
Okay, going down to department reports. Troy?
Good afternoon.
Aye.
For March, we had 139 runs, 286 hours in emergencies, 20 hours in inspections, 12 investigations, 20 hours in pre-planning, 240 hours in training, estimated loss of $1,000. Sometimes those are real low, so just an estimate. And overtime, let me find it. The FLSA overtime, we had 25, 43, 40. That's what the total was. I'd like to talk to you a minute about the ISO rating, if that's all right. We had our rating done again, and we were able to, effective July 1st, go down to a class 4 rating for our public protection classification. That's from all the help that the city's helped us with as far as training and some of the tools we've bought for the trucks. And I talked to the officers the other day. We was about 3 points away from being a 4 last time. There's 46,042 as far as fire departments that are rated. Right now, there's only 4,974 that rate higher than us. We need 4 points to get to class 3, which would put us at 1,500 fire departments ranking higher than us. And this is economic development as far as insurance rates and stuff for factories and stuff. It really affects them. So we're going to try real hard to get to a 3.
Okay.
I think we should.
I want you to
should be
explain
able to
what
make
the
it.
ISO ratings do for us.
Yeah.
It's okay.
It affects everybody's insurance rates in the community.
Yeah, it's 50% fire, 40% the water supply and how the water utilities are able to get it to us, and then 10% discount, dispatch, every one of us were able to improve our last, so that's how we got there, so.
Okay, thanks, Troy.
Thank you.
Thanks, Troy.
Jesse? Should've just had you do yours while you were here.
No, that's all right. I need one thing approved from you all, and that is the Babe Ruth Parade. It's on Saturday, May 5th at 1 p.m. And we'll start with lining up. We always do it in the Canal House parking lot area. And then go down Central to 8th Street, and then jog on over to Eastern to Charles Street, and then down to Babe Ruth. So unless the weather isn't on our side, we'll be having it May 5th at 1 p.m.
Need a motion to approve the route?
Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the route for Babe Ruth. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, anything else?
Yeah, we've got our spring soccer. It's scheduled to start on April 28th. We've got ages from 3 up to 14 for the spring season. We're also finalizing all the plans for River's Edge Phase 2, which I discussed with you all earlier with the pipe release. And I've also been working with the Fair Board on doing a fall festival. We did one this last fall. We had about 50 vendors and a breakfast and a vet clinic for dogs. This year we're going to tie in harness racing. The Fair Board asked if we would work with them and they would help us out with promoting the event. It'll take place in the Midway area. We still plan on having a breakfast in the pavilion area instead of the gym this year. And hopefully we'll get lots of vendors this year, and with their help they can maybe sway some of their fair vendors over to do that as well. And that's going to be on September 22nd. That's all I have for now. Does anybody have any questions?
No, thank you, Jesse.
Thank you.
Okay, Carol?
Good afternoon. I have two things. The first one's our report. In the month of March, the police department investigated 1,291 law reports, issued 163 citations, 1 ordinance violation, issued 30 warnings, investigated 8 injury accidents, 52 non-injury accidents, and once again, 0 fatal accidents. Conducted 237 traffic stops and 75 arrests. Ordinance enforcement is getting calls every day. It's working out really well, and he also made a flyer for the free day, and he's been passing that out.
Okay.
Any questions about the monthly report?
No.
The other thing that we had was the speed limit between 30th and 32nd Street on what turns back into Central Avenue, outside of Park Road. You have a map of it. At this time, there are no speed limit signs on that section. So you're coming off of Park Road at a 40, and I did observe traffic up there, and I didn't have a radar gun with me at the time, but the traffic does seem to travel probably faster than it should in that section. So the proposal is to lower that to 20 miles an hour.
And one of the other reasons that too is that there's going to be a walking path there and there's a bicycle path there. And when Daryl gets it marked. And so that's another.
It is snowing.
I know, right? And so that's one of the reasons we were looking at that. So I can't remember who, somebody come to me and it made sense. So I can't remember who the person was, so.
It probably does need some signage.
Yeah.
Even if you don't reduce it, it needs a 30-mile-an-hour sign through there. It needs
Well, I think we're
something.
going to put it 20, right?
Yeah, we were asking for a 20,
Yeah.
but it does need some direction in the area.
Motion to approve the request.
Second. Okay, we have a motion to second. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed. Now the council will take, they'll take action on that tonight.
You're going both ways, right? 20.
Yeah. You got anything else, Carol?
Nope, that's all I have.
Well, thank you.
I like giving Daryl more things to do.
Yeah. Where's John?
He's hiding.
Yeah. Hey, John.
Okay, last month we had 6 hours of meetings, 11 and a half hours of original programming. That included, of course, the boys basketball sectional, both games, the Greenfield and Mount Vernon. We also produced State House Access, where we go up to the State House, interview our representatives up there. And we also started a new show with the Career Center called Discover WCC, and we do that monthly now. It airs weekdays at 5:30 p.m. We do a new show every month, so it kind of features a different department. We bring students on, they talk about their experience with getting jobs and things like that as well. And so it's really informative, and they do an excellent job. I've been very impressed with them. So did you have any questions for me?
Anything for John? Okay, thank you, John.
All right, have a good day.
Okay, Daryl? Anybody got anything you want him to do?
Yeah, spit it out. Go ahead. And as soon as somebody can explain to me how to control the weather, hey, I'd be happy to.
You just gotta wait a minute, then it
Yeah,
changes.
that's it. That's it.
You don't have very long to do anything.
I thought about, being as it is mowing season now, requesting new mowers with cabs and heaters and pontoons when necessary. But I think I'll hold off on that for a little bit, see what the weather's going to do. But in the meantime, we have been patching. We will start patching again as soon as, the holes get some water out of it. The upside to that is we now are making hot patch. So it'll be a permanent patch. It won't be a temporary patch.
Okay.
Okay? And there's a lot of patching to do. And I understand that.
Well, the weather don't give us a chance.
No. So outside of that, we've just been doing the regular things. For your information, we have been removing a lot of horse manure from the Parks Department because of all the new horses. But Ted and I and the park are working on that because we can't be responsible for theirs. But
Okay.
and it's a big jump, and I'm afraid what it will do to our state qualifications as far as composting site, things like that. So we're working through it.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Any questions for Daryl? Thank you, Daryl.
Good job, buddy.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Dale? Is Dale out there? Okay. Anybody got any questions on the EMS report? Okay. EDG.
Good afternoon.
Hello, Dan.
Hey. Just a few odds and ends here to just to bring you up to speed and make you aware of. I just did return from a tour of the new museum. It is nice. It really is. They've done a great job rehabbing that building. Floors, ceiling, walls, they've epoxied the floor. They've got some decorative imagery in the floor that is just outstanding. Their doorway to bring the antique cars in on the would be the east end of the building is it's all phenomenal. It's just great. I think their move-in date is the 25th of this month is when they plan on making the transition with all the artifacts and vehicles and so forth over into this newly prepared building. The other thing I wanted to relate to the Board of Works is that we did hold our technology event, the dinner, last Tuesday evening. It was well attended. And in case you've missed it, and I don't want to try to recount the whole thing because it was about an hour and a half worth of information from Dr. Roberto Giardo. He's a PhD, a new PhD from with Purdue University. And what he did talk about is the digital age and rural communities, talking about the digital divide and leveraging broadband applications for economic development purposes and for the general community. He discussed how we as a city and as a community could attract millennials to our area with the new jobs in this field. They don't have to live in a big city. They can live wherever they'd like and operate basically off of one of these or a laptop. And where they gravitate toward is a nice community, one where there's lots of amenities and activities and recreation and bike trails and rivers to canoe and kayak on. And Connersville is really a nice place for that to happen. And he could see it, that we've got a real nice community. So nice presentation they put on. Purdue is going to partner with us and the other four counties in the Eastern Indiana Regional Planning Commission. And hopefully we will bring Fayette County into up to speed into the digital age so that we can attract people to come to our community, not because of a big building or a big industry, but because we're a great place to live, a great place to raise children. We are a great place to live. You know, we got a doctor at the hospital who's getting ready to retire this year, and he moved in from out of town. He's staying here after he retires because he sees the beauty and the advantage of living in Connersville. So that was a great evening last Tuesday night. If you missed it, he'll be back because this thing is just starting. We're doing the paperwork with Purdue right now. The other thing I'd like to bring to your attention is something that Troy brought up about the ISO rating. Economic Development is committed to helping lower that rating. And congratulations, Troy, to you for bringing it down to a 4, and his desires to bring it down further to a 3 so that insurance rates are even cheaper. I hate to say that word, it's not a good marketing word, but to make rates more economical and less costly for everyone in the county. So we're dedicated and committed to helping that happen over the next 2 years. And that's really all that I have, unless you have any questions for me on anything related to economic development. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Dan. Okay, go on to item 6. Is there any old business to come before the council? The council, Board of Works. Getting ready for tonight's meeting. If no old business or any miscellaneous business, anybody got anything they'd like to talk about? Okay, go on down to the claims.
Okay, for the city, we had a total this period of $158,564.31. For the utility department, we had a total of $244,460.99.
Need a motion to approve.
So moved.
Okay, a motion and a second to approve the claims. All in favor, signal by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, go on down to open up to the public. Is there anyone who'd like to speak to anything? Anything? If none, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second. Have a motion and a second to adjourn. All in favor, signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Adjourned.